I'm getting out of ducks. Let's talk about it. I originally got into ducks because I like them so much better than chickens. I grew up with chickens, I grew up with turkeys. I've always wanted ducks and they were so great. My friend had them growing up and I just fell in love with them. I've had ducks and geese on and on for about 7 years, but I've had these guys for about 4 years. Ducks and geese bring me so much joy, and I love the eggs and I love the meat that they provide, but unfortunately they share space with my rabbits. I have a small garage that used to be our storage here on this property, and since getting into rabbits, it has become part of the rabbitry. Initially I had put them in the shed because I just wanted a few eggs and I wanted ducks to hang out around the property. I had also intended on getting them for slug control, which helped for a little while. We had no slugs for a long time. But this property was not intended for long-term homesteading. We have about an acre here, and that's not a lot when you're talking about gardens, ducks, geese, and rabbits. We'd planned to be here for only a few years before moving to our forever home, where we would continue to raise rabbits, ducks, we'd have gardens, and we'd raise market lambs. Due to the recent economic impact in my area, we've had to move these plans out, like 5 years out. And since I'm going to be here for a while, I really would like to invest in the rabbitry. The rabbitry has grown exponentially since being here. I think this is gonna be our 4th winter here, and the rabbitry has grown so much. I think I clocked about 200 pounds of extra meat in the freezer this year just from the rabbits. I've done a lot of thinking and I've done a lot of pros and cons. I've sat down and I've talked with all of my friends, all of my farm friends, and I think it's time to focus on the one thing. And because the ducks share space with part of our rabbitry, it makes it almost impossible to continue reinforcing and upgrading it. To properly clean out and upgrade the shed that houses part of our rabbitry, we really need a few weeks of intensive work. We have to take out the section of the pallets that we hold the ducks and geese in, which also wasn't supposed to be permanent. All of the pallets that hold the ducks and the geese will have to be torn down and cleaned and rearranged and rebuilt in one day if we were going to keep the ducks and the geese. And that's a monumental task, especially for both of us who work 2 full-time jobs. My husband works a full-time job. He works usually 50 hours a week. I work at a local farm, and now we are kind of getting down into the calm season. I just didn't have enough time this summer when it would have been ideal to get these things done. I was packing corn, I was packing potatoes, and then we moved right into storage. I'm also not even really collecting eggs right now. I'm collecting them and they're going straight to the dogs. And that's fine and that's great, but I love the eggs and I love the meat and I'm just not utilizing anything. So with all of this, we've decided to rehome our beloved flock. This decision is one of the many hard ones that we all make as homesteaders and farmers, but it's never easy and it's always sad. This isn't the end of ducks and geese at Old Danville Homestead. It's just a small blip in our timeline. The ducks and the geese taught me so much about homesteading and how to thrive in adversity. Ducks and geese are different than chickens. They're loud. They're messy. They eat more. They are hardier in some ways, but they do tend to be a pretty significant drain on the resource. This property is an old property. We have an 8-foot dug well. That's nothing in comparison to the wells that are around today. With the increased capacity for rabbits, we are leaning really heavy on that system right now. And it doesn't sustain me and my husband and my dogs other than showers and dishes and all of that stuff. But it's still a huge drain on the well itself. And it's gone dry a couple seasons when we don't have rain. Ducks consume, I would personally say, up to 50% more water than any chicken flock you have out there. They are consistently bathing in it. They're consistently drinking it. They're consistently flinging it everywhere. I also go through a bag of grain a week, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but when you're also talking about rabbits and going through about 4 bags a week, it's a lot. It becomes a lot. Eventually we will have ducks again, but for now, it's still a sad day. And while I look at their empty pool, I will miss the soft sound of quacks. But as of right now, the rabbits bring me greater joy and greater sustainability. So they deserve all of my attention, and they require it. It's a big undertaking to be this productive in a rabbitry. Sonia will still have ducks. So the ducks are not going to go away from this channel. I do think that Sonia is going to be building a pond next year. So that will be some really cool video content. And eventually we will do a ducks versus chickens pros and cons video. But we have to figure out when the best time to do that is. We're both still putting our gardens away. We're still doing all of the fall preparation for winter. So that video is probably going to come in the wintertime. I am sad, but I'm happy that they're going to be going to a different homestead. They are going to bring someone else so much joy and so much prosperity. And eventually, at some point, ducks and geese will bring me prosperity and joy again. But I have to make sure that I have the correct place for them. Due to having to stay at this property for a little while longer while we figure some things out, it's unfair to them, and it's unfair to me, and it's unfair to the rabbits, really. They deserve a place where they're just going to get doted over. They're going to get loved. And they deserve a place where they can scream all they want. But we promise that there will be more duck content. It will just be at Sonia's house. So with that, I'm going to go get ready to meet the new owners of my flock. I have to put some grain in some trash bags, and I have to get them back in their pen so that I can easily catch them for the ride into Central Maine. It's a sad day, but it's also a good day. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for letting me be vulnerable with you all. And I will see you guys in the next one.